Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Mono Blue Flash. So I found this deck on untap.gg, and I think this is very interesting deck, so I really want to try it out myself. So this deck is all about a few of the flash speed creatures that blue has. Namely, we got Malcolm at 2-drop, the Alluring Scoundrel, a 2-mana 2-1. Flash flying, whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you put a chorus counter on it, draw a card and discard a card. If there's 4 chorus counter, you can play the discard card for free. So basically a loot that eventually gets us a free cast. And we also have 4 Entity Tracker, which as you remember any enchantment decks, right? 3 mana, 2/3 flash. Whenever enchantment you control enters, you draw a card. Or you unlock a room and draw a card. And then we have the Enduring Curiosity. I think everyone knows about this card. 4 mana, 4/3 flash. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. If it dies, it comes back in an enchantment. So, lots of flash speed creatures, but we can actually couple that on with a bunch of bounce abilities. So we got things like Fear of Isolation, which can bounce a permanent we control. We got Bottomless Pool, which can bounce a creature, not just we control, any creature. And also triggers Entity Tracker on the card draw. And we have 4 Get Outs, the 2 mana that can counter target creature or enchantment spell, or bounce 1 or 2 target creature or enchantment you own back to your hand. So, and also we have to get Into the Flood Maw, that down bounces opponent stuff. So, what we want to bounce is Bottomless Pool, because you don't actually want to counter a creature spell if you don't have to. If you bounce 2 Bottomless Pools, you can effectively kind of stop 2 creatures temporarily, but this deck is very aggressive, so that temporary stop will just kind of end your opponent. And we have 4 Stormchaser's Talent. This is kind of the MVP of the deck, believe it or not, because this is what's going to kill our opponent. The 1/1 Otter with Prowess grows so quickly when we got all these bounce non-creature spells like Bottomless Pool, like Get Out, that will then overrun the board. And if we can bounce with Fear of Isolation, bounce the Stormchaser's Talent and play it again, now we get an extra Otter. Every time we play it, we get an extra Otter, but the first Otter gets the Prowess triggers. So it snowballs real quick. So that's the idea. Let's talk about the deck list. Turn 1, we got 4 Stormchaser's Talent. That's all we want to do in turn 1. We don't want to do anything else. Just play your Stormchaser's Talent. Now, of course, that's if we're on the play. We 100% want to be on the play, but sometimes we might be on the draw, right? On arena, very, very occasionally. Only like 97% of the time will you be going second. So when you do, maybe you have to bounce, or you have to fight back against your opponent's turn 1 play, because they always have some crazy turn 1 play, like a Land War Elf or something. And that's where Bottomless Pool comes in. Such a good card. If they play a Land War Elf, we just bounce it back to their hand. Yeah, your ramp is gone. Now we have stuff on board. We also have 3 Into the Flood Maw, which is okay to bounce. If it's a Land War Elf, I probably still Flood Maw it. But if it's anything else, I might hold back. I can take a little bit early damage, but I don't want them to ramp, right? That's the idea. We also have 2 Sleep Magic, a very good card that comes into play, taps, it's an aura, enchant creature, and taps that creature, and then the creature just does an untap in this untap step. And when that creature is dealt damage, we sacrifice this aura, which we're not going to deal any damage to that creature. It's tapped, right? And we don't have anything to deal damage to tap creatures anyway, so we don't have to worry. And then 3 Spell Pierce. Very good card. Counter lots of current in-meta sort of flashy combos, like Raise the Past, or Agatha Soul Cauldron, Unholy Annex. Counters a lot of things for 1 mana, which is pretty critical in this aggressive deck. So these are our 1 mana plays. 2 mana play, we got 4 Fear of Isolation. That's definitely what we want to play on turn 2 if we have a Stormchaser on turn 1, just to, get it back out there. We also have 3 Malcolm, which is still pretty good. Malcolm is a we got 3 off Malcolm, which is a 2 mana 2/1. So it is flash speed, but it's the one toughness actually is very susceptible to removal, which is why we have to play it at the end of our opponent's turn and try to get some damage in to get our loot and discard our lands if we have too many. And we have 2 Proft's Eidetic Memory. Don't let this trick you. Proft is not a good card in this deck because we do a lot of our drawing post-combat. So Proft doesn't actually trigger post-combat. A little bit of draw that we would have done is just on the Proft itself, or on the Entity Tracker if we have a lot of non-creature or enchantment spells to play, which is a lot more mana intensive. So only 2 Proft in the deck. It's not an insane card like it would be in a VV deck. It's only here just to fill out the card draws. And then we definitely need 4 Get Out, because Get Out is very important. Our opponent needs to get out when they play us. Can lose. Alright, so then we have 3 mana play, which is 4 Entity Trackers, and a 4 mana play, which is 4 Enduring Curiosity. So we really curve into 1 mana, 2 mana, A little bit of 3 and a little bit of 4. Mostly 1 mana, 2 mana. But it doesn't mean that we only want to curve out to 3 or 4. Much rather, we want to have double spells on turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. So we don't want to have too little lands. We actually have 23 lands in the deck, but they're all islands. No non-basic lands whatsoever. That's what I thought was intriguing about this deck, because number one, I want to know whether or not the matchmaker gets kind of tripped up if we have only basic lands. They may think that, you know, we're a bad deck and match us against other bad decks. That's my running theory, is that the matchmaker is rigged. But more importantly, we don't want non-basic lands because we need blue pips. Very important. Everything in this deck does require a lot of blue pips. And if we want a multi-spell, well, that's multiple blue pips. Get Out is also 2 blue pip. Enduring Curiosity is also 2 blue pip. We don't want non-basic lands ever really at all in this deck. And we don't really have the time to, you know, utilize those utility lands anyways. So, just basic island. And now, let's go see how well this mono blue flash can do. Alright, our opponent is D1 F Mage. I think. Okay. Our opponent's going first, and we got 2 Spell Pierces. Fun. Let's see if our flash speed things does. Flash speed things. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be tricky, right? I can't counter that. What am I playing against? What just happened? He milled a bunch of swamps. Alright, when I execute combat damage to a player, mill 2 card. Is it because I only have islands? Unstoppable Slasher. So go to my turn. That's Malcolm. Alright, Malcolm. Do the attack. Draw a card and discard a card. Okay, should I discard Spell Pierce? There's a lot of lands. I don't need that many lands. Let's Bottomless pull this guy. Go away. I think whatever he plays next turn will probably try to counter it. Is it Bloodletter? Does he have Bloodletter? Okay. You mill 2 cards. I'm gonna counter that. Don't want to have to fight that guy. And more lands. Draw and discard. I think you can discard an island, right? Do I need 5 lands next turn? Let's find out. I might need to Spell Pierce, probably don't. Valgavoth Faithful. So he has a reanimation deck, I guess? Just a weird reanimation deck? I mean, he mills. If I flash into Curiosity, he have a sorcery speed removal. If I flash in the Entity, he could also have a sorcery speed removal. Spell Pierce won't get him either way, right? So maybe I flash into Curiosity just to block it. I don't want him to mill 2 cards. And there's the stick. I don't know what he's gonna do. Malcolm's a rogue. Or no, he's a pirate. Are pirates outlaws? I can't. I don't think cats are outlaws, so we're gonna shoot the sheriff on our cat? No. It's a block. He can sack the Valgavoth. No, he cannot. It's sorcery. Greater Triumph afterwards? That's not smart. The block's already done. So we get it back. And we're going to draw 2 cards next turn from the Malcolm attack. I don't need to Spell Pierce anymore. Honestly, don't think it's going to do anything. I draw a card. Sleep Magic. Do I need another Malcolm? It's our interest. Tap enchanted creature. It doesn't untap. These creatures deal damage. Sacrifice this aura. Right. I don't think he has ways to deal damage. So I can tap out the Overlord, which is fun. It's not flash though. Does he have another Bitter Triumph or something? Let's get our block on. And then we can draw some cards. Flash speed, boy. Fester Leech. Bitter Triumph. Yeah, I don't wanna. I like my tracker. Oh, you paid? Guess what? There's another one. Oh, and it's back. Well, I'm gonna tap it so it goes away. It's only a stun counter. Why? Oh, it's not a stun counter. It's just a lock. I thought it was a stun counter. I got surprised. Okay, so let's see what else we can draw. Another land. Perfect. I do get to, no, I only get to unlock this anyways. So, turn card sideways. I get to get a get out from the graveyard from Stormchaser's Talent. And we have to stick our opponent salty. D4 mage. I mean, okay, so I think the matchmaker does take it easy on you if you only have basic lands in your deck, which this deck only has islands. That might be the contribution to why this deck is actually relevant. We get the rope. Get the good old ropey rope. Rope a dope dope. If Overload the Balmork is still damage, I had to sacrifice the Sleep Magic, but I'm not dealing damage to it, so we're good. And our opponent's roping all the way out. Hey, you got the Frost Crown. You should be happy that you're getting blued out. Valgavoth's Faithful. What is this reanimator deck anyways? Return the Slasher? That's about it, right? I don't think the Fester Leech does anything. This creature gets +2/+0. +2/+2. Activate only once each turn. He couldn't activate it because he paid for... Yeah. That was weird. I mean, I blocked it. I didn't even read it. I blocked with the Entity Tracker. I didn't even read this. I just didn't want him to mill too because he could reanimate something. He could have just activated and killed my Entity Tracker. that would have been a wah-wah. But instead, getting all the free cards. What else does he have? Just Bitter Triumphs and a Zombify. I'm still amazed at both of our plays. Like, I chose to block with a 2/3 on a 3/3, and he chose to not make it a 3/3 and just try to pay for his mana. Alright, I'm drawing 2 cards. Let me draw 2 cards. Actually, I'm drawing 3 cards. Please only 3 lands. Oh, Jesus Christ. Discard a card. Can't play that. I do have a Spell Pierce against perhaps a Zombify. Is that necessary, or should I just unlock right now and get my Get Out back? I don't want to waste 4 mana, right? Let's take a Get Out back. Otherwise, I'm holding up a Spell Pierce. It doesn't feel good. And I have a pretty commanding sort of a place on the board. He has nothing. He's got 2 cards. And a rope. 2 cards, a rope, and a dream. We have Locker Room. Locker Room's such a bad card. Like, compare this to Curiosity. Right? Locker Room is 5 mana, and I can draw 1 card. Curiosity is 4 mana, flash speed, and I draw as many cards as creatures I have that deals combat damage. And he is a creature, which means he could attack to give me a card. So yeah, this is just like Locker room's trash. And the only redeeming grace is that we have the Bottomless pool, which is just a bounce spell for 1 mana. And the bounce spell for 1 mana kind of combos with Get Out and FOMO. Or, no, not FOMO, the other one. Fear of Isolation for Y to bounce more spells. Bounce more creatures. The rope and the explosion. GG, loser. Alright, our opponent is Rugrim. His rug is very grim. I'm gonna go first. We got Chasers. That seems fun. Stormchaser's Talon. I don't have that many card draws, though, so that's the one thing I gotta be careful about. Planes. Well, that's what you're gonna do. Look, I'm playing a BB deck. Draw a card. Put it on this. Attack for 3. Blue eye, nothing. It's very surprising. I don't actually draw cards, right? Nothing here helps me draw cards, so I guess I will Fear of Isolation. So you want to counter the Fear of Isolation? There's no more life. Really had nothing. Leveling up actually doesn't get me anywhere, so I'm just gonna play this. Alright, just 2 Stormchasers Talon into game. I guess we can do that. Alright, our opponent is Yuso Nenno. No, Yuso Nenno. We go first. Stormchaser's Talon, Malcolm, Get Out. The works. Alright, anything happening here? Are we playing the game? He's deciding the mulligan? Okay, he is deciding the mulligan. Let's go, Stormchaser's Talon. I mean, it's not like I can counter anything this turn, so we're gonna have to live with whatever he plays. Ruthless Negotiation, huh? Let's get rid of a land. I'll get more land. This is a discard. I mean, if it's a discard deck, I also don't need to sleep magic. If he plays with Bat, I'm gonna have to... Do I counter it? No, probably just to play Malcolm. Nothing! You gotta play something. Alright, well you can kill my Malcolm, I guess. He doesn't kill the Malcolm either. Interesting. Oh, I shouldn't have gotten rid of that land. Getting punished for getting rid of that land, huh? I thought Malcolm would draw me more stuff, but I was wrong. Duress. Can't counter Duress, nor do I care about Duress. He's probably gonna just take Get Out. He's gonna take my pool? I would not care if he takes my pool. Now he takes Get Out. Plays a rat. Each player will have to discard a card. Curiosity is kind of hard to get out. I do get a land. So I don't think I want to bounce this. Right, he's gonna make me discard a card. If he just chumps, I'm okay with it. I don't care too much about this 1/1. He knows my hand. Bandit's Talent. Guess I'll discard that. Alright, level 2. You gonna attack? No. That's Entity Tracker. I will take the damage this turn. And hopefully that helps. It did not. I draw and discard a card. Ooh, that's a really good card. So I had to discard Entity Tracker, unfortunately, but Fear of Isolation actually will draw me 2 cards because of Entity Tracker. Curiosity. Alright, let's hold both cards. I really want to be able to play the Curiosity, so we will go with this. Second. I was already ready to discard, but oh, duress. Sorry, you can't duress any of these cards. Deal combat damage to a player, put a chorus count on it, draw a card and discard a card. If there are 4 more, okay, I gotta deal combat damage. I'd much rather just draw 4 cards, or 3 cards. No, this is 4. Yeah, there's a lot of card draw. Your discard deck is not gonna help you when I draw this many cards. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lots of it is lands, but I still get there. GG. Alright, our opponent is Drazhar. Opponent goes first. Yeah, of course they do. I have Into the Flood Maw and Spell Pierce. This is the first time I saw Into the Flood Maw, like ever, in the deck. I thought I had more, but I didn't. I got 2 Spell Pierce, so I guess I can counter stuff. No ramps. That was fun. Iron Crag. Pickaxe. You can have that. Malcolm in the middle. Alright, let's go for the attack. Draw and discard. Stormchaser's Talent. We'll try to get there. Cloud. Oh, that's very scary. It's whenever it attacks, right? The chainsaw. Would you be chainsawing me? I don't want you to chainsaw me. Go away. Cloud can go to sleep. Would I care if he blocks? What if he has another Cloud, right? So I don't really care if he blocks. Sleep Magic does help me push more damage. I like to push more damage. What am I gonna draw? Ooh, that is a good card. Do I drop my Fear of Isolation? I don't really want to. Curiosity gives me a lot of card draws though. Oh boy. I guess we'll drop this. Oh my god. That's all you got? You put a United Battlefriend in your deck and all you get is a Sarima? Alright, you can spend mana as flying this stuff. That works. I want to draw some cards. One, two, three. This card is land. The flyer. See what can he do in one turn here. nothing. So he no longer has flying. We just attack, right? If he buffs, then we do something. Celestial Armor. Hexproof Indestructible. Yeah, let's not have you have a creature. Attaching it to Cloud. Nice. I draw 3 cards. 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, what do I sneak in here? I think Entity Tracker is pretty nice. I'll cast that for free so I can play my Stormchaser's Talon, which will draw me a card and give me an Otter. Unfortunately, the card drew is a land. Then I can Fear. Return the Stormchaser's Talon so I can draw another card. Alright, I think I'm going to end it here. No, GG. Got locked down. Way locked down. GG. Alright, our opponent is Frogger. Well, I'm playing Frogger now. Trying to navigate across the road. With an opponent goes first, no less. Jeez, this hand is so good if I was second. If I was first. But I'm second. And they're gonna start a town on me. Oh, boy. Alright. Looks like a mirror. No way it's a mirror, the starting count. It's Vivi. It's Vivi with their annoying bullcrap. Oh, not a Vivi. Concealed Courtyard. It's, whatchamacallit? I forgot what it's called. The Pixie deck. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull this. Putting a Fear out there, just getting a Stormchaser's Talon back doesn't give me that much value. Whereas in next turn I can Fear into a Stormchaser's Talon or a Bottomless Pool. And right now I have a Spell Pierce held up if you have the like that. Tragic Trajectory. Well. Let's see what he wants to do. He's going to sack his Cryogenic Relic. He's going to know where to run my Fear. Okay. Spyglass Siren. Does he want to trade? He doesn't want to trade. Means I draw me a card. 1 card. Same card. I don't have anything in the graveyard. I had a Spell Pierce. I'm not paying 5 for a Spell Pierce. I might end up paying 5 for a Spell Pierce if nothing else comes along. He gets a land. I guess that's good for me. Second Spyglass Siren, less good. Not too big of a deal. I have Sleep Magic. If he gets too greedy and tries... Oh, that's bad for him, I guess. Yeah, if he gets too greedy, Tragic Trajectory... Guess he was too greedy. Oh my god. Alright, guess we just do this. Tap that. Get away. Go away. And now we draw 4 million cards. Bottomless Pool, Entity Tracker, jeez. The cards will never stop coming. And all he has is lands. Power up a Tragic Trajectory. But don't think I'll be that tragic. GG. I'm sorry, Pixie. You did not draw your Pixie. Alright, our opponent is Calyx the Goat. The mighty goat. Okay, I can't fight a goat. Alright, we go first, but unfortunately no creatures. This is a hand that we keep. Like, we have... This is almost good, but not quite good. This is kind of tricky. I don't know what they are, too, so... I really wish I had a Stormchaser's Talon, right? Everything else is fine if I had a Stormchaser's Talon. But if I mulligan, I might not get a Storm... This is a hand I kind of pull back. Or pull away. Okay. Feels bad. I'm really not getting anything out of this. I'm really not getting anything out of this. Here comes the slasher. Unholy Annex. Wow, that's... Thank God I had 2 mana up, 1 mana up. Third land. I can't even play the Sphere of Isolation because it would just bounce my 3rd land. And I won't be able to play Curiosity. But I got a Temple. Honestly, if I draw the land, then I could Curiosity in 2 turns anyways. I just need to stall, right? What does he have? Shoot the Sheriff. Alright. Basically LD me if you shoot the Sheriff like that. Alright, kill both my creatures and I do draw land. There's a Slasher. Means I can't even Curiosity this turn. Can I? I mean, if he plays a Bloodletter, I just die, so... Had to do it there. Second Slasher. Well, I'm just screwed now. Is his last card a Bloodletter? I'll take half my life to be able to do this. There's a play. Maybe it's a kill spell? It wasn't a kill spell on the Curiosity. I would like to draw 4 cards. Actually, no, there's only 2, because this Curiosity is not curious enough. Deep Cavern Bat. Yeah, I mean, do you take the Flood Maw here, or do you take the Proft? Because Proft is insane. He does take Proft, which means I can just Flood Maw. Go down to low life. I'm totally fine with that. He's got 1 more card. I think it's Trajectory. So if nothing he has dies, Trajectory doesn't hurt. No, it's Rush's Dread. Rush's Dread makes me lose half my life, huh? Okay, so I can Flood Maw the Bat. Get away. Actually, memory doesn't actually stack, right? So... Sleep Magic this guy. I'm at 1. I would like to draw 4 cards, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't believe I drew 4 cards and none of those were lands. Duress. Well, I can bring back both Sleep Magic. Alright, these are tapped. Dealt damage is dealt damage. We can bat away 1 of the... Or when he bats my get... Oh, he duress and then bats something. So... Let's do this. There, you can duress the Sleep Magic and bat the other Sleep Magic. But take the Stormchaser's Talon? Bat. You die from the sleep magic. Aha! Good game. Why didn't he duress the sleep magic? You could totally do that. Bat the other sleep magic. Then he can block and live a turn. GG. Alright, our opponent is KHT. Cut. That's the sound I make whenever I face a red deck. Alright, we got a Flood Maw and 2 Malcolm, so it's always nice to have a Malcolm. Kind of gives me options for later on. How red are they? Firebrand's really annoying. I can Flood Maul it, but does that really do me any good? Doesn't feel like it will. Oh god, that's a bad card to have, huh? I guess I don't want Malcolm to draw me cards, so we'll trade. Do I bounce the Needlehead? It's such a bad matchup for me, because all I do is draw cards. Well, if I knew that, I would not have played it. So let's play Malcolm. Why did I play Malcolm here? I could have played at flash speed. What the fuck am I doing? Okay. I'm getting tilted by the matchups I'm facing, I guess. Bounce it. Another fear. Is that too many fears? No, probably too many curiosities. I won't be able to get to the curiosity fast enough. Welcome to the Bottomless pool. Does he just have the Needleheads? Seems like he just had the Needleheads. Will deal 2 damage to me every turn. But I will keep bouncing it. Spell Pierce. Do I hold up a Spell Pierce though? Because I don't think so. You can keep doing that. You got his 3rd land. Here comes Screaming Nemesis, probably. I don't know. Nova Hellkite. Oh, that's bad. Kills my Malcolm. I mean, I couldn't have Spell Pierced that anyways. So, no point in trying to fight that. It goes away. I don't know if I can erase that exactly. Ball Lightning. Jeez. That's 6 damage. If I block, right, I take 3 damage away. Is that worth it? Take 6, I go down to pretty low here. But Entity Tracker will draw me a lot of cars. Did I say cars? I mean cards. I get a Sleep Magic. None of these cards are actually that useful. Target creature to his owner's hand. Down to 4. I think I can do this. We'll draw a card and I'll bounce my fear. I get a land, which means I can play the fear again. Bounce this pool. Draw another card. Okay. Razorkin is a scary one. Other than that, I mean, if it's Razorkin, I'll just kill him. He's good gaming me. Oh, he's just good gaming because he's leaving. GG, red deck. All that draw punishing does not matter if I bounce everything, I guess. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those flashy games, how does this deck feel? This deck surprised me significantly. It is so good. Oh my gosh, I have just overran so many of my opponents, no matter what they were doing. I countered their stuff with Spell Pierce, or I countered their stuff with Get Out, or I bounced my own Bottomless Pool over and over and replayed it. Meanwhile, my Stormchaser's talents Otter would just keep whacking at them until they're almost dead. That is an insane combo. Whoever thought of this, series of cards, kudos. I hate mono blue back in the days when it was Jin because it was very one-dimensional. This deck is not one-dimensional. It's so many thoughts going into what do you bounce, when do you bounce it, how many lands do you leave up, when do you play at flash speed, when do you play on your turn, where do you fling your sleep magic, when do you bounce your sleep magic. Oh, it's so fun to play this deck. And it's so strong. You saw those curiosity games where we attacked and draw 4 or 5 cards together with the entity tracker, together with Malcolm. We even got Malcolm to trigger a few times, right? We got Malcolm to 4 a few times, and then we got free Entity Tracker or free Enduring Curiosities. Those are always fun, but that's kind of flavored text, honestly, for this deck. Malcolm is just there to loot out the extra lands that we don't need, and then everything goes through. Everything works perfectly. Now, that being said, there are a few things that I would say could be cut. And I said, I just said it's perfectly because every time I draw these cards, it felt good, but after some careful consideration, I do think there could be potentials to adjustment. I don't even know if it's an improvement. Could just be adjustments depending on the meta. So number one, Proft Eidetic Memory. It's a good card, not a great card. A lot of our draw are post-combat. Entity Tracker is pre-combat, that's the only thing. And I honestly don't think we're drawing that many cards with Entity Tracker if we have Proft out. Otherwise, we already won, right? That would be a win more scenario. So we can cut it down to 1 or cut it down entirely. I do want more Malcolm. 3 Malcolm's not enough. Malcolm's very good, and I do know that Malcolm is legendary, so you can't have 2 out. But when you have the first out, you can just use his attack to pitch the second one anyways. It wouldn't matter. So multiple Malcolms should be A-okay with me. There was a few games out there that I did not feel very confident because I did not draw my creatures. Having an extra Malcolm rather than an extra Proft probably would help. Alright, and then another thing is maybe I want another Into the Flood Maw, maybe I want another, maybe not a Spell Pierce, but maybe I want a Null in the deck just to fight some early game sort of active place. I'm not sure about that. And then we might be able to cut the islands down to 22 instead of 23. That's another thing to consider. And finally, when we look at the basic blue lands, you can look at all the basic blue lands there are and think about whether or not you want any of them. I don't think any of these, not basic blue lands, all the blue pip lands. I don't think any of these blue pip lands really does much for this deck, so you don't really have to play any of these cards. So that's my consideration when I was looking at the land base. Definitely do not want any of these non-basic lands, right? These non-basic lands hurt the deck so much because it does not give us the blue pip we need, and we want to multi-spell on a lot of these turns. So, the mono blue deck, every card is blue. There is no colorless cards, there's no colorless lands. That's kind of the idea. And it's very strong. It's very annoying, and I don't know if there is a specific deck that can, hard target this deck. Maybe just punish card draw with the Razor Kid. That did feel a little annoying, but we still won anyways, just by keep bouncing it. So that was fun. And yeah, I think it's a pretty strong deck. Maybe not tier 1, but maybe around tier 1.5, tier 2. Definitely gets you the wins. Definitely very fun to play. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.